The man with the golden hand. In a bustling city surrounded by mountains and rivers, there lived a man named Elias. Elias was an ordinary trader, known for selling small goods in the marketplace: salt, cloth, and tools. Life had once been kind to him, but over time, misfortune weighed him down. A series of bad deals, storms that ruined shipments, and dishonest partners left him with nothing but debt. The once cheerful man now carried a constant burden. Every day, creditors came to his home, pounding on his wooden door, demanding their gold back. "Pay us, Elias," they shouted. "You borrowed from us when times were good, and now you cannot run away." Their voices echoed through the narrow alleys, and soon neighbors whispered about Elias. His wife had left him years before, unable to endure the constant struggles, and he had no children. Alone, the man felt crushed beneath the weight of expectation and shame. One evening, after yet another day of humiliation, Elias sat in the corner of his dimly lit house. He stared at his trembling hands, rough from years of work. "What good are these hands," he muttered, "if they cannot even earn me bread? What good am I if I cannot repay what I owe?" The thought gnawed at him like a hungry wolf. He could not sleep. And so, before dawn, he rose, wrapped his torn cloak around his shoulders, and walked out of the city. He did not look back. His footsteps carried him into the forest, away from creditors, away from shame, away from the world that had turned its back on him. The forest was thick and old. Towering trees blocked the morning sun, and the air smelled of moss and damp earth. Birds screeched overhead, and in the distance, a wolf howled. Still, Elias walked on, deeper and deeper, as if the forest itself had called him. Hours passed, and exhaustion began to weigh on him. He stumbled upon a clearing where the roots of an ancient oak twisted around the ground like the veins of the earth. There, half buried in dirt and leaves, something glimmered faintly. Curiosity drew him closer. He knelt, brushed away the soil, and gasped. It was a hand. Not a human hand of flesh and bone, but a golden one crafted as though by the gods themselves. The fingers were long and elegant, each vein and crease carved into pure gold. Yet it was not lifeless. When Elias touched it, warmth pulsed through it, as if it were alive. He lifted it carefully. The hand clung to him, wrapping around his wrist with a sudden grip. Elias staggered backward, terrified, but the golden hand fused seamlessly to his arm. His own hand was gone, replaced by this magnificent yet eerie creation. "What is this sorcery?" Elias whispered, trembling. To his horror and amazement, he soon discovered its power. When his golden fingers brushed against a fallen leaf, it hardened, shimmering into pure gold. A twig transformed instantly into a golden rod. A pebble gleamed into a golden coin. Elias stared wide-eyed as realization struck him. Anything I touch turns to gold. For a long moment, silence filled the forest. Then a laugh burst from his lips, wild and disbelieving. "This is it. My debts, my misery, it's all over. With this hand, I can pay every creditor 10 times over. I will be richer than kings." His heart pounded with greed and excitement. He left the forest at once, clutching the miracle tightly. Back in the city, Elias tested his gift. He touched a clay cup, and it became a goblet of gold. He touched a wooden stool, and it glittered like treasure from the depths of the earth. His neighbors gasped, and soon whispers spread. "Elias has returned from the forest. He was poor yesterday, but today he has gold. Where did it come from?" At the marketplace, Elias sold his golden objects quietly at first, careful not to draw attention. But soon, his greed overcame caution. He bought back his house, paid his debts, and built a mansion where the poor trader's hut had once stood. He dressed in silk, dined on delicacies, and walked with pride. His creditors now bowed before him, their anger replaced by fear and envy. Yet, as weeks passed, a strange emptiness grew. One evening, Elias prepared a meal, eager to enjoy roasted meat and fresh bread. But when his golden hand brushed the loaf, it hardened into a block of gold. The meat turned to metal, unfit to eat. He tried to drink, but the cup fused into his lips, nearly suffocating him. Panic filled him. The gift was not a blessing, it was a curse. Desperate, Elias covered his golden hand with cloth, hoping to live normally. But accidents happened. His beloved cat brushed against his fingers and froze into a lifeless golden statue. His table, his bed, even the door handles of his home all turned into dead, gleaming gold. Loneliness returned, sharper than before. One night, unable to bear it, Elias wandered back into the forest. He called into the darkness, pleading, "Who gave me this cursed hand? Take it back. I do not want it anymore." The forest answered with silence. But then, a voice drifted on the wind, low, ancient, and filled with power. "You wished for wealth, and wealth you received. But every gift carries its price." Elias fell to his knees. "Please, I only wanted to pay my debts. I only wanted peace. Take this hand away, or I will lose everything that makes life worth living." The voice was neither kind nor cruel. "The choice is yours, to keep the hand and all its riches, or to surrender it and return to the life you fled." Elias's mind battled. He remembered the laughter of creditors, the shame of hunger, but he also remembered the taste of bread, the warmth of his cat curling beside him, the comfort of a world not made of lifeless gold. Tears streaked his cheeks. "Take it away. I would rather live poor but free than rich and alone." The golden hand grew warm, then unbearably hot. Elias cried out, and in a flash of searing light, it detached, falling to the forest floor with a heavy thud. His own flesh and bone hand returned, scarred but alive. Elias gasped in relief, clutching it tightly. The golden hand lay still, its power silent. Roots from the ancient oak slowly crept over it, dragging it back into the earth where Elias had first found it. Elias returned to the city with nothing but his scars and his lessons. He was no longer rich, no longer admired, but he worked honestly, selling small goods once more, this time with humility and peace in his heart. People whispered about him, but he did not mind. He knew what true wealth was, the ability to touch life without destroying it. And so Elias lived the rest of his days quietly, with bread on his table and dignity in his heart, never again tempted by the cursed shine of gold. Moral: wealth without limits can destroy the very joys it promises. The true treasure lies in knowing when enough is enough.